Video 8, Reiki 3 Attunements. In this lesson, we will look at how to attune your own Reiki students to Reiki Level 3. We will assume that you have already completed the setup and the preparation for the attunement ceremony as covered in Lesson 7 of the manual, and the Reiki student is already sitting in a chair with their eyes closed and their hands in the prayer position, ready for the attunement. Step 1. While standing in front of the Reiki student, you should be standing in front of your student approximately 2 to 3 feet away from them. Ask your student to close their eyes and raise their hands in the prayer position up in front of their heart chakra. Ask your student to take a deep, relaxing breath as they perform a silent invocation, opening themselves up to receiving the Reiki attunements. Example: I, student's name, call upon Reiki, the universal life force. I am ready and open to receive the Reiki attunements. Give your student a few moments to complete the silent invocation. When you sense they are ready, you can continue. Ask your student now to become aware of the soft, relaxing music, heartbeat, or Reiki chant. Ask your student to just relax. Follow your directions and enjoy the experience of the Reiki attunement ceremony. Begin the ceremony by drawing a large Choku-rei symbol over their heart chakra, silently intoning the words Choku-rei, Choku-rei, Choku-rei 3 times to activate the Reiki energy in and around their aura. With your cupped hands in front of your body, thumbs touching and palms facing towards the student, beam the Reiki energy into their heart chakra to open them up to receive the Reiki attunements. Hold this position for approximately 10 to 15 seconds, or until you intuitively feel it is time to continue. Now walk around counterclockwise to the back of your student. Step 2. Standing behind the Reiki student. Start by standing 2 to 3 feet away from your Reiki student. Raise your hands into the prayer position in front of your heart chakra. Silently intone a short prayer. Example: I call upon Reiki, the universal life force, all the Reiki masters past, present, and future. Remember, Reiki is not bound by time or space. Especially Dr. Usui, Dr. Hayashi, and Madam Takata to draw close and participate in this sacred attunement ceremony for insert student's name. I ask that the power and wisdom of Reiki guides and assists me to pass on the gift of Reiki through the attunement of insert student's name to Usui Reiki Level 3. I ask that this ceremony is an uplifting and inspiring experience for insert student's name, so that insert student's name can move forward now from this point as a confident and powerful Reiki master teacher. When you feel ready and can sense the Reiki energy around you, open your eyes. Move nearer to your Reiki student and place your non-dominant hand on your student's shoulder. Now raise your dominant hand in line with your own third eye chakra and directly above your Reiki student's crown chakra. Place your tongue behind your top front teeth at the roof of your mouth and contract the Hui Yin to boost the flow of Reiki in and around your body. Please note, this added technique is optional. You do not need to do this, and it will not affect the success of the attunements. We do it because we were taught to do it as part of the attunement process during our training. We know lots of Reiki masters who don't use this technique during the attunement ceremony. Our advice would be to try it, and if you like it, use it. If not, discard it. Always remember, intention is the key. Draw the following 3 symbols, the Daikomyo, the Honshaze Shonen, and Choku-rei, in the air above your student's head to activate the symbols, so you can call upon them and use them during the attunement ceremony. Remember to silently intone the names of each of the symbols 3 times as you draw the symbols. Step 3. Standing behind the Reiki student. Draw a small Choku-rei above the student's crown chakra to open the student's crown center. Now place your cupped hands over your student's crown chakra and beam or channel the 3 previously drawn Reiki symbols, Daikomyo, Honshaze Shonen, and Choku-rei, into the student's crown chakra, filling their whole head with beautiful healing light of Reiki. Remember to silently intone the names of each of the symbols 3 times as you draw the symbols. Next, move your hands onto your student's shoulders and beam or channel the 3 previously drawn Reiki symbols, Daikomyo, Honshaze Shonen, and Choku-rei, down from their shoulders into the student's arms, chest, core, thighs, legs, and feet. Visualize and imagine the beautiful healing light of Reiki filling every muscle, organ, tissue, and cell of their body, right down from the shoulders to the tips of their toes and back up to the top of their head. Remember to silently intone the names of each of the symbols 3 times as you draw the symbols. Step 4. Standing at the right-hand side of the Reiki student, draw a small choku ray over the student's throat chakra to open the student's throat center. Now with your right hand a few inches from the front of the student's throat chakra and your left hand a few inches from the back of the student's neck, beam or channel the 3 previously drawn Reiki symbols, Daikomyo, Honshaze Shonen, and Choku-rei into the student's throat chakra, filling their throat center with the beautiful healing light of Reiki. Remember to silently intone the names of each of the symbols 3 times as you draw the symbols. Step 5. Standing at the right-hand side of the Reiki student, draw a small Choku-rei over the student's third eye chakra to open the student's third eye center. Now, with your right hand a few inches from the front of the student's third eye chakra, and your left hand a few inches from the back of the student's head, beam or channel the 3 previously drawn Reiki symbols, Daikomyo, Honshaze Shonen, and Choku-rei, into the student's third eye chakra, filling their third eye center with the beautiful healing light of Reiki. Remember to silently intone the names of each of the symbols 3 times as you draw the symbols. Step 6. Move around now so you are standing in front of the Reiki student. Draw a small Choku-rei over the student's heart chakra to open the student's heart center. Now, with your cupped hands side by side, thumbs together facing towards your student's heart chakra, beam or channel the 3 previously drawn Reiki symbols, Daikomyo, Honshaze Shonen, and Choku-rei, into the student's heart chakra, filling their heart center with the beautiful healing light of Reiki. Remember to silently intone the names of each of the symbols 3 times as you draw the symbols. Step 7. Standing in front of the Reiki student, draw a small Choku-rei over the student's hands to open the student's hand chakras. Place your hands now onto the back of the student's hands and gently hold and open them up and move them down towards their lap so their palms are facing upwards towards you. Draw the Daikomyo into the palm of the student's right hand. Tap the symbols into the student's right hand and silently intone that the master symbol will remain with the student for life. Now repeat the exact previous actions on the student's left hand. Remember to silently intone the names of each of the symbols 3 times as you draw the symbols. Once the master symbol has been embedded into both palms, holding the back of the student's hands again, guide their hands back into the prayer position and move their hands up in line with their heart chakra. Step 8. Standing in front of the Reiki student. Leaving the student's hands in the prayer position, step back slightly and draw a small Choku-rei over the student's solar plexus, sacral, and root chakras to open the student's remaining 3 energy centers. Now with your cupped hands side by side, thumbs together facing towards your student's solar plexus, sacral, and root chakras, beam or channel the 3 previously drawn Reiki symbols, Daikomyo, Honshaze Shonen, and Choku-rei, into the student's solar plexus, sacral, and root chakras, filling their 3 energy centers with the beautiful healing light of Reiki. Remember to silently intone the names of each of the symbols 3 times as you draw the symbols. Step 9. Standing in front of the Reiki student. Now place your hands around the student's hands and move them so that their fingertips are in line with their heart chakra. Blow the violet breath into the heart chakra. Move the student's hands now so that their fingertips are in line with their third eye chakra. Blow the violet breath into the third eye chakra. Next, move the student's hands now so that their fingertips are in line with the top of their head. Blow the violet breath into the crown chakra. Step 10. Standing in front of the Reiki student. Now take the student's hands and move them down so that they are resting on their lap. Draw a large Choku-rei over the front of your Reiki student's body to ground their energy. Now place your hands a few inches above their crown chakra, within their aura field. Starting from the crown chakra, run your hands down both sides of their aura field until you reach their feet. Touch the floor with both hands to complete the grounding and break the connection with the Reiki student. Finally, silently intone a thank you prayer to Reiki. Example: I would like to thank Reiki, the Universal Life Force, Dr. Usui, Dr. Hayashi, and Madame Takata, and all the Reiki Masters, past, present, and future, for taking part in this attunement ceremony for insert student's name. I ask that the power of wisdom of Reiki nurtures and guides insert student's name from this point forward, enabling insert student's name to move forward as a powerful and confident Reiki Master teacher. Allow as much time to pass as you intuit, then say to the student, you can now come back to full awareness in your own time whenever you are ready, or this concludes the third degree attunement. At this time, you might ask the initiate to talk about the feelings, visions, or experiences that he or she had during the attunement. Besides the joyful sharing involved between student and teacher, the verbalization allows the initiate to process what has occurred and helps if he or she needs to validate that the attunement worked. If several people are being attuned, this sharing can be done after all have been completed. It also helps to instruct the student, if they are part of a group being attuned, to continue to keep their hands resting on their lap and close their eyes once more, and go inside and relax while waiting for the attunements to be completed on their fellow students. Again, there are alternative methods to performing a Reiki 3 attunement. Traditionally, many Reiki Masters would perform 2 separate Reiki 3 attunements on the Reiki student over the course of a 2-day workshop. This 2-step method is fine if you are conducting a 2-day workshop and you have plenty of time to cover all of the course lessons as well as perform attunements on multiple Reiki students. This 2-step method has become somewhat outdated and redundant and is used far less today, as most Reiki Masters now conduct their Reiki 3 workshops in a single day and combine the 2 Reiki 3 attunements in a single Reiki Master Teacher attunement. We prefer the single combined Reiki 3 attunement method as shown before. Rather than spread the attunements out over 2 days, we believe it is better to conduct the combined attunement at the beginning of the workshop so the students can practice and work with the Reiki energy throughout the day. Logically, it makes sense to us to have a fully attuned student working with Reiki properly as we progress through each Reiki 3 lesson. You may decide that you wish to follow the traditional path, and that is fine. Each Reiki Master must follow and teach what they feel is right for themselves and their students. The key is, as always, in the intention to pass on the gift of Reiki, not how you choose to perform the attunements. There are a number of variations to the attunement process, all of them work. Here are a number of examples of how to perform the attunements. We offer these alternative methods for purely educational purposes. Our advice is to try and practice all of them and discover which process you and your students prefer. Alternatively, you can just stick with the same method we use and teach as shown before. Position the initiate in a straight back chair with feet on the floor. If the feet do not touch, use a phone book, cushion, or footstool under the feet so that the initiate is seated in a comfortable position. Standing in front of the initiate, explain that you will be walking around to the back and working on his or her head, then returning to the front to work with his or her hands. While demonstrating the correct position, instruct initiate to bring his or her hands together in the prayer position, ensuring their arms are at a comfortable height. Also tell him or her that you will be touching hands, as well as raising them higher during the attunement. Instruct the initiate to gently close their eyes and go inside. Ask them to keep their eyes closed throughout the ceremony, and explain that you will tell them when it is over and when to open their eyes once again. Walk in a counterclockwise motion to the back of the chair to begin the attunement. Please note, some Reiki Masters prefer clockwise. You can use either method. The following is the second alternative method to Reiki 3 attunement. Part 1. The student sits with hands held in the gassho or prayer position. Master stands behind them. Draw the sign of the fire serpent from the top of the head and down to the base of the back. Place both hands on top of the head to get an energetic rapport with the student. Master, contract Hui Yin, kidney breaths, white mist. See white mist collect at base of the spine. Imagine the mist slowly rising, turning first to blue, then to violet. While still holding the breath, write Daikomyo symbol in the air over the head. Tap shoulder, hands on head. Visualize Daikomyo at the fingertips in purple. Blow fire dragon breath across the fingertips. Rub hands together to make a vortex over the head. Replace hands. Cup hands on head. Visualize master symbol in 3 dimensions. Visualize the symbol moving into crown chakra, the head, and into the base of the brain, guiding it with your hand. Blow fire dragon breath into cupped hands. Sign the raku on person's back. Place your hands on the student's head. Use a positive affirmation and repeat it to yourself 3 times. Intend it to be accepted by the student. Some examples are, you are perfectly attuned, or you are filled with divine love and wisdom, or any other affirmation that is significant to you or the student. Part 2. The student sits with hands held in the gasho or prayer position. Master stands behind them. Draw the sign of the fire serpent from the top of the head and down to the base of the back. Place both hands on top of the head to get an energetic rapport with the student. Master, contract Hui Yin, kidney breaths, white mist. See white mist collect at the base of the spine. Imagine the mist slowly rising, turning first to blue and then to violet. While still holding breath, move the palms up facing the ceiling. Place your left hand under their hands, and with your right hand, draw out the master symbol on the hands on the palm. Intone the name of the symbol 3 times. Make a vortex over their hands. Close their hands and blow into the gap between. Place their hands back to the chest. Master still stands in front. Draw master symbol in the air. Now move your hands to the front of the student's face and form a triangle with your index finger and thumb tips with the rest of the fingers held together. Place the center of this formed triangle in front of the student's 6th chakra, 3rd eye. This chakra is most important of them all. Intend and let energy flow strong and deep. Now move your hands to both sides of the student's head, at the height of the eyes. Flood temples with energy. Move your hands in front of the throat to flood the 5th chakra. Now move your hands in front of the heart area and intend pure light to flow to the heart chakra. Forming a triangle with your hands, now move them down and around the student's hands without touching their hands. Intent pure light to flow through the student's hands all the way to the arms and shoulders, thus balancing the energies in his or her body. Let energy flow through the formed triangle. Now proceed and move your hands down towards the knees. At this point, smoothly separate formed triangle, and with your palms facing down, perform grounding. Your hands are now at recipient's knees. With firm intent, ground the energy by visualizing it flowing to the ground. Touch their feet as you visualize it entering the floor. Return to the back. Sign the raku on the person's back. Write choku rei over their back. Write joy rei calligraphy on spine. Write choku rei on top. Gently slap back after it is written. Place your hands on the student's head. Use a positive affirmation and repeat it to yourself 3 times. Intend it to be accepted by the student. Some examples are, you are perfectly attuned to, or you are filled with divine love and wisdom, or any other affirmation that is significant to you or the student.